master electrician just told me I messed up. I messed up big time on my solar build. How much is this going to cost me? Oh my gosh. Welcome to RidgeLife. I'm Tim, and today on the Ridge, we've got an emergency. What kind of emergency? We need a rapid shutdown for our solar power system. Let's build this. So what exactly is a rapid shutdown? If you're installing solar on an off-grid or even an on-grid project, you're definitely going to need to know what a rapid shutdown is. RSD, rapid shutdown, looks like this right here. This is a emergency stop push button. This is maintaining. I push it, it stays down. Pull it back out, it resets. Now there's different variations of this, but this is just the trigger, if you will. It is not the rapid shutdown overall system. It's just one component of it. And this is what I'm gonna be installing today for our off-grid solar here on the Ridge. I've got 48 HowTos bifacial solar panels. I've got 3 EG4 6000 XP inverters, and I've got 12, count them, 12 in 2 server racks, EG4 LLS server rack batteries. Woo, guys, lots and lots of power. Well, with lots and lots of power comes lots and lots of responsibility. I mean, danger. Quote Spider-Man there. Yeah, so this rapid shutdown switch, you have to mount this on an exterior part of the building. So if, say, the fire department comes or emergency services, they need to shut down my system immediately. They push this button, guys, it automatically does everything. This will trigger an input on the EG4 6000 XP inverter. The inverter will then shut off the PV input. It will also shut down all of the EG4 LLS batteries. It's a smart system. It's all integrated together through communications. This is just the trigger, and today we are installing the trigger, and we've got a lot more to do as well. So let's get to work. This is the entrance to my power shed. It's a drop-in shed that I've completed the interior walls, insulated, and now we've got our inverters, batteries, all that in there, our raceways, our wires, and all that stuff. Well, I don't actually have the wires yet. We're still installing the equipment. Solar panels are up, but this rapid shutdown needs to be accessible by your emergency services. So I'm going to install it, let's see, in this area right here. So when they walk up before they enter with their fire extinguishers, water hoses, and all that kind of stuff, you want to make sure all them zoomies are gone, right? Electrons stop flowing. You boom, push that button, and that should shut down everything. Now the house is behind you, and by pushing this, it will kill all the power going into the house. So the inverters shut off, the batteries shut off, and the PV input. So, you know, if there's a major issue, they can kill power just like they would if it was an on-grid property. They could kill power before they begin with the emergency service disconnect. I don't have on-grid power. All I have is what comes from this power shed. That's going to do it. Go into the shed and see what we've got in here. This is our inverter power system. 3 EG4 6000 XPs. We got a lot of raceway already installed. 600 amp bus work is down there. Here's our 2 EG4 LS server rack batteries. We have a 200 amp disconnect. We've got some receptacles on the wall we've already done. So what we got to do is get this switch outside this wall there. So I've got to come out the end of this raceway. Now, not only today are we going to install this switch, we've got some more to install as well. Coming into the tool section, and we're just on the other side of the wall from where the inverters and all the power sections are. We can see I've got a workbench right here, but I've actually got, just like in there, I've got temporary power coming in through an extension cord. Goes around the back, and it's actually providing power to my overhead lights, the light sensor. There's no light switches. And basically everything is off extension cords. Well, I kind of want power in here as well, right? So what I'm going to do on either side of this workbench, I'm going to put a quad receptacle, one there and one behind that set power cooler. And we're going to go straight through the wall into that raceway that runs under the inverters. Should be a simple setup. For tools and materials, I've got pretty much everything laid out right here. I've got a paddle blade. I've got a hole saw. Of course, we got a impact driver and drill. Got some 2-inch screws. As far as the hardware we're going to be using, I've got some conduit. I got more conduit down there. I got some elbows, some fittings. For the receptacles, we got these duplex boxes right here. Have all the plugs and fittings. We have the oversized face plates. The regular size are just a little bit too narrow for these outside boxes, which is fine. We got 4 20 amp receptacles. I got a GFCI receptacle. We're actually going to be installing a GFCI receptacle outside as well. We'll have the e-stop for the rapid shutdown. We'll also have a GFCI weatherproof receptacle out there. So that's pretty much what we'll be using today. Let's get it done. On the other side of the wall from the tool shed, we can see this is that raceway I was talking about. We open this up, we can see the back wall there is where we're going to be drilling through. So on either side of the shed, the tool bench in there, I'll drill a hole right through, goes all the way through. Now I got to make sure I'm the exact distance from the wall over and the wall over, come through level with here, and then we should be good to go. I think what I'm going to do is knock a hole out right there. I think I'm going to save this big knockout for something else. I think I'll put a hole right there and flip this around to have it on that side, which should go right against the wall right there. Come outside, and that GFCI receptacle should be right there, and right above it I'll put the RSD. Sounds like a plan. Got my fancy stepper bit here, titanium. And I'm going to go right even with the other hole, about just a little bit over. And I'm going to do a 3/4 inch hole. There we go, it's through. Now it should bite pretty easily. Helps whenever you use a really sharp bit. I know I was doing this before and I had a dull one, and man, it was slow. Make sure, am I even? Yeah, I'm even. All right. Woo! Ow! 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 Don't wear Crocs. That was hot. Don't wear Crocs when you're doing that. Whew! It's a warm day here in West Tennessee, and I'm enjoying it with shorts and Crocs, but I didn't enjoy that. That was hot. All right, let's see how close I am. Got a little bit more. A little bit more. Woo, that was hot. Super hot. Almost. So close. All right. Is it through? Perfect. Let's get this end cover off here. I don't want to lose my screws, my nuts. Nuts and bolts. This is actually nuts and bolts. No screws. Hey. And I can clean out all that. Man, that was hot on the feet. So many people, Tim, don't wear Crocs when you're working. Well, for one thing, they don't think I work very much, but it is true, I do. Let me get this. Oh, get all this out of there. There we go. So now what I got to do is take this, put it against the back wall over there, and get the hole level so I can drill a hole in the wall. All right, now I'm going to do it like that. And it's about an inch from the back. So I put that right there, put a level on it, and make sure I get it perfectly level right there. And that's about the same distance from the back right there. Is that right? I think that right there is perfect. So let me go ahead and, there's my circle. Now, just got to drill a hole here all the way through. Paddle bit time. That won't be metal on my feet. Woo! All right, let's see here. Paddle bit right in the center. Make sure there's no wires or pipes or anything in here, so we should be good. Hopefully there's no stud. Luckily, ooh, I got lucky. There's no stud right there. There's one close though, I believe. All right, let's go all the way through. Ah! Yay! We're out the other side. Now it's hole saw time. 3/4 inch trade hole saw. See if I can get it right on the money here. Like a champ. See if I can get that piece of wood out of there. Nope. It's gone. It's gone. All right, but insulation's right there. All right, now let's do this same thing on the other side. All right, come on now. Line up. All righty. Whew. Now we should have a hole all the way through that our 3/4 inch conduit and fitting will work. Hello. All right, will it fit? Oh yeah, it goes all the way. Let's see if we'll come out the other side. There it is. And that will just screw on there just like that with that receptacle. The fitting, there'll be a fitting on this end and just tap, tap, tap. So now I'm gonna make a mark right there on that conduit. And you can see I've just got it sticking out the perfect amount to put the box on. And then if I can measure, so 8 5/8, right? 8 5/8. So from 8, if I need to make this piece of conduit here 8 5/8 inch longer than it is now from that line. So let's go ahead and cut that conduit. So 8 5/8 inch longer than this one from that line. So from that line to there was 4 inches. So 8, 9, 10, 12 5/8. So this thing needs to be 12 5/8 long. 12 5/8. And the other day, you guys were really getting on to me about me using my Sawzall to cut this conduit. So I'm just going to use a hacksaw today. I'm going to go old school manual because it is just PVC, you know. Boom. All right, so now let's go see if this fits. Slide that through, and I want to get it just flush with the end there. Actually, I got to get the other fitting on before it goes in the hole, but it'll come back out. We should be able to do that from the inside. Come over here. All right, hopefully I don't block this. I got to get this connector on here. Okay, I'm just dry fitting today, guys. Just dry fitting, and that should, oh yeah, look at that, guys. That fits perfectly. Put the little lock nut on. It should keep it locked in place. Again, I will come back and put PVC glue on everything that's done here in the shed for PVC. I'm just making sure everything fits, and then I'll come back. Some people say, oh, it'd be so much easier if you just did it as you go. Yeah, but I make mistakes. I'm not an expert, so if you make mistakes like I do, you do it the simpler way and go, oops, and then you can just redo it. Because once you glue it, it's glued forever. You have to, you lost the fitting, and fittings aren't cheap either. I'll tell you that right now. Fittings are not cheap. All right, so let me get these final screws in here, and the end plate will be on. We can mount the GFC receptacle box, the box that holds the receptacle, and then we can get the RSD rapid shutdown switch attached to that. And whoo, guys, all right, come on here a little closer, and come on here a little closer. Let me show you what I got left to do. All right, we see we got the nut on there, got all the screws in the end piece. I will come back and caulk around there. And I probably could have done a little bit smaller hole and fed the PVC in from the outside with a bigger hole. I didn't really think about that to make that a little more flush, but a little bit of caulk right there ain't gonna hurt nothing. But come out here, we see got just the right amount sticking out. So let's get the box, get it screwed on there. All right, let's get this screwed on here. 3/4 inch MPT should go all the way. Get it nice and tight, good and tight. Okay, make sure that looks straight My OCD is gonna kill me if it's not. There we go. That looks really good right there. All right. Go ahead and get our screws in. Again, I'll make sure it's straight. It is. All right. One. Start here. Pretty simple, but it's gonna look so good too. So good, so good. Alrighty. So I'm going to come out with my bit. There we go. This is the blank. So I'm going to come out the top for the RSD receptacle at the bottom. So got my blank filler there. Okay, now let's go ahead and get this cover on like that. And then the receptacle, where's the receptacle? There it is. So the receptacle actually is going to go first. I'm going to do, let's see, I'm going to do ground up again. Big debate. Some of y'all said plugs and stuff fit better when the ground is down. You know, a lot of them are angled like that. But I think for safety, ground up. Now this is GFI, so let's see. And the light is top left, so it kind of, I'm just going to go with that. So let me get this started here. Actually, let me use the electronic magnification device here. Let's see here. Alrighty, same thing here. Electronification device. Okay, get this pushed on there. This cover, real easy, just slides over and back, fits in it. Come over here a little closer, I'm gonna show you what I did here. So the back here has got little slits, and you can put the screw through the hole, all right? Put the receptacle back in, and then slide it back over. Sorry about my head there, and then that should seal everything up. Look at that, guys. Set, reset, and perfectly sealed. That is a nice GFCI receptacle right there. No water's getting in there, but we do need to get the RSD screwed in and mounted up top here. So let's figure that out. All right, now for the rapid shutdown switch. Take the inside, the little green and red, which is normally open, normally closed contacts. I'd like to have it this way, but the label's right there, so I'm gonna put the label on the side so you can read it. It is a UL listing. So I'm gonna come in from the bottom there, so I gotta get 1/2-inch hole. It's just plastic. Make sure that almost. That should do it. All right, so get that out of the way. Oh, I made a mess in here. Okay, so now I just have to put this nut on here, this 1/2-inch nut. Slide that on there. Can you see that? Yeah, there we go. Slide that, get it nice, good and tight. That's perfect. All right, bring it out here. I'm gonna take off this adapter and put this 3/4-inch, 1/2-inch adapter on here. Get it nice and tight, screw that in. There we go. Get that screwed in. Go around right there. Now I can slide this right back on. There we go. Get it nice and straight. It is perfect. All right, pop in the switches and get the cover on. Now I can drill holes all the way through there to hold that better, and I will later, but I'm gonna just see what it looks like right now. So let's see here, get that right there. Again, this is all just dry fit, so Wrong way. Wrong way, Willie. Now, one thing about solar, I don't need to tighten that too much. You have to have the appropriate signage. So we have to have a sign up here that says solar rapid shutdown, you know, right above here. But look at that, guys. Boom, it's all dead, it all died. Come out here, pop that back out, start everything back up. If I want to plug in, you know, my extension cord, do stuff out here, work in this area, I like it. Now it's time for the receptacles in here. So here's my box, and I'm gonna put it about right there. I need to go on the other side and see how high up it needs to be. And then I also need to measure how far over it needs to be. I want them equal distances. You know me, my OCD. So they'll probably be, I got a stud right there. So it's probably gonna be on this side of the stud. Let's see where the stud is over here. There's a stud right there. So I can be on this side of the stud here and that side of the stud there. That should work. So now I'm gonna go measure the height in the other room. All right, so in here, I think if I go 28.5 inches up. Yeah, about 28.5 for the hole. And I gotta make sure I don't put it where there's a piece of unistrut. Ooh, yeah, because there's stud there. Oh yeah, because I'm gonna do either side of the stud, so that'd be fine. Yeah, so let's go on the other side now. So 20.5 inches up, we gotta figure out how far on either side. All right, let's see. Here's a stud. If I put the screws on the stud over here, puts the hole right there. Okay. And that makes it at about 37 inches. Let's go check it over here. On this side, 37 inches is right there. And I got a stud right there. So that's pretty good. I like that. I like that a lot. So we're gonna do right at 37 inches. So start drilling some holes. All right, let's see here. So, where are we at? There he is, right there. Make sure that's right. Yeah, that looks good. Let's do this end. One more time. Looks good. Perfect. Whew. See if I can do this without getting my feet all burned up. Right in the center. Nope. I need a battery. All right, now I got a battery. About halfway. Okay. Loose. Good. Almost. Perfect. All right. Come down here. All right. Right there. So close. Perfect. All right, now I get the paddle bit and go all the way through. And hope I don't hit anything. Alrighty. Try this. Alright. Now I can hole saw and see if our conduit fits. Looked like it turned out good. Right there's the edge of the paneling. Perfect. And I can do the same thing on the other side. Right here. And we should be close. Yeah, the stud's right there. Perfect. Woo, get the stuff off there. Ooh, let's loosen it up. Ugh. There we go. Okay, one more time. I think that'll work. All right. Everything should fit now. Now for the moment of truth. I got a 3/4 inch fitting on this 3/4 inch. And, oh, I felt it go through. I felt it go through. All right, let's go check this end. Let's see. Come on, come on. Come on. Did it go? Oh, I think it went through. Let's go check. What do we got? What do we got? Oh, yeah, look at that. That is perfect. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Now I can just cut the 2 pieces of 3/4 inch conduit like I did outside to the right length, put the fittings on, and we'll screw those receptacle boxes on. I got a lot to clean up in here. Like, I got a mess. I do not like a mess. All right, so if I cut these right back there, all right, I cut 2 of those at that spot. Then that should be perfect to get the other fitting out the wall like this. So let me cut 2 of those real quick. Take that off. 2. All right, a little bit shallow right there. Okay. Another one, same length. Where'd my pencil go? I don't need a pencil, I just need to mark it. Actually, right there is a mark. Perfect, isn't it? It already has a mark on it. There we are. These should be perfect. Yay! Another moment of truth. Will I have enough sticking out to thread it in? Come on, get in there. Let's see, switch hands. Oh, right. Look at that, guys. Look at that. I can probably push it in a little bit more. All right, let's see if the next one fits the same. Get in the hole. Get in the hole. Get in there. There we go. Oh, man. Oh, that one a little bit too, yeah, because the thing pulled out. That's perfect right there. Look at that. If I can get it without. There we go. There we are. Let's come down here. Do the same thing. Just get it started, buddy. Get it started. All right. Now I can go on the other side and get those boxes on. Let's see. I'll put the plugs back in a second. We'll just get them on there first. Spin, spin, spin. Oh, yeah. Look at that, guys. Look at that. Let's try this one. Again, I'm dry fitting. I still have to come back and put the PVC glue and all that on there. Oops, dropped it. Okay. Sorry about that, guys. Just Can I get it started? There we go. All right. That's what I'm talking about. Right there. Perfect. Get some screws in there. Get those plugs in. Oh, yeah. Of course, we got to get the level on it. Come on now. Right there. Look at that. Okay. Should go get my screws in now. Should be a stud on this side. Oh yeah, big stud. Get one in there. Big stud. And these just have the paneling, but it's okay. It's okay. I need to get some of these plugs right here. Get them screwed in. Just to keep the critters and stuff out of them. Where'd my screwdriver go? There it is. And I got 3 to do on the bottom. I ain't gonna bore you with that, but yeah. I'll get these 3 in. I'll be right back. Same thing over here. Level right there. Perfect. Get a screw. Go ahead and get this side first. Alright. There should be a stud right there. Let me go ahead. Yeah. Might have just gone a little bit over, but it'll be alright. Get that over there. And then I can angle this one if I have to, like this. Right in the stud. There we go. Perfect. Alright, let's get some caps in. And of course, you guys know I put these caps in with all the lines going exactly. Oh, I lost my light. There we go. I got to adjust the sensitivity on my light there. Got to make sure all these lines are the same. Right there. I might have to go a little bit more on this one because my OCD will get me. That'd be all right. Let me get the bottom ones in. Get our receptacles on. Ground up. That's the way I like to do them now. Let's see here. Go right in there. Get this one lined up. Again, this is just dry fit, so I'm not going to get it all the way in. But let's see here. Next one. And the bottom one. Where'd it go? Ah! Come on now. Get in the hole. Leave them a little bit loose so the face plate can go over it properly. Let's see if I can get this out. Boom, look at that, guys. Look at that. Get these screws in. Looks so good. So good, so good, so good. There we are. Come on. Hopefully this is not focusing on the back of my head. I'll check that out in a minute, but lights. I gotta change that sensor. I got the other room sensor done perfectly, but not this one. Of course, I gotta straighten this up. Screws go straight up and down. Get that line. Look at that, guys. Look at that. Before I get into doing this one, I wanted to show you here. So on this Cobalt workbench right here, the ground is up. Ground is up. Yeah. Not sure the other camera angle over there worked with me, my head being so close to it. It might have been out of focus. So giving you a GoPro view of this one. It should be okay. Again, not going to tighten them all the way up just because I still got to get in here and wire everything up. But I want you to see what it looks like. This is more for your benefit than mine. Of course, I like to see it looking nice too. I do. Okay, come on. You're almost there, Tim. Almost there. Get that in the hole. Get in the hole. Where's it at? There it is. All right. A little bit tighter. A little bit tighter. All right. Cover. Oh my gosh, that looks so good. So good. Tim gets excited about the simplest things. I do, and that's how life is so good. When you can get satisfaction out of the most simple things life has to offer, life just seems to be so much better. So much better. There we go. Look at that. All right. Last screw. Boom. Everything is lined up. Woo-hoo. Look at this. Yeah. Love it. All right. Took a break and got all my mess cleaned up. You can see all the shavings. Everything are out of there. Looks so much better. Go ahead and get that closed. That closed. Look at that, guys. Ooh, that looks so good. Let's go check out the tool room. Tool room. Yes. Got everything cleaned off. That looks amazing. I even adjusted my sensor up there to go for 10 minutes. So it won't be shutting off on me while I'm working now. But guys, I got a problem. I got a huge problem. During the break here while I was cleaning, I talked to my dad. My dad is a retired master electrician. He said, Tim, you messed up. Before he told me the bad news, he said, Tim, you're doing a really good job. It looks clean. He gave me some suggestion on breaker sizes and grounding, bonding, and bushings. But the big thing is, says, Tim, these receptacles are wrong. I'm like, say what? And he's not talking about the ground being up or ground being down. He's not talking about the screw in the center being vertical, perpendicular, or catawampus. He said, Tim, all of your receptacles, both outside and inside your solar shed and tool shed, must be ground fault circuit interrupter protected. I'm like, GFCI? No. Wet location only. Outside of sheds, outside of houses, kitchens, bathrooms, inside of garages. Now that's changed in it's been a while, but that changed. Inside of garages, but you know, this is a totally enclosed, waterproof. You know, look at this. This is my power shed. He said, no. Sheds, drop-in sheds, walk-in sheds, concrete floor sheds, wood floor sheds, sheds. These outbuildings are required to be GFCI protected inside and out. And I was like, So I pulled up the NEC, you know, trust but verify. I should have trusted, because when I verified, he's right. They're considered wet locations, even though, I mean, it's a shed, right? Now, I can replace all these receptacles. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 receptacles. I can buy 6 GFCI receptacles, or I can buy 2 GFCI breakers. Now, breakers are more expensive. You can protect more receptacles. I could put more receptacles on one string of breakers, but I really don't want to do that. I like, you know, because you're 20 amp and I you know, more power. But what I think I'm going to do is I've got a rough-in inspection coming up with the state inspector, and then I've got the final inspection. So when the rough-in inspection happens, I'll see what the inspector says about it, and I can correct it before the final inspection. That way everything's done perfectly to the final inspection. But guys, oh man, huge mistake. I tell you, I'm not a residential electrician, National Electric Code. I know a lot of NFPA 70E, the fire protection code, but the National Electric Code in the in steel industry and in the Navy, we really didn't have to follow that per se. I mean, we had to follow safety codes, but the Navy and the industry, you know, kind of set their own guidelines. There's residential and there's industrial as far as the code goes. So I'm learning all this stuff. So if you see me doing something wrong, you know, my gaps between my panels, you know, bushings, wiring types, colors. Like someone said, my AC whip is supposed to be white and black for 120. I'll need to put white for the neutral for the red. Is that true? Industry, I would just use black and red for line and neutral. But yeah, if you put a white piece of tape on each end, it can designate it as neutral. So yeah, I'm learning. It's a costly mistake though, because the GFCI receptacles cost about 7 to 10 times as much, and breakers yeah, you're talking pretty good amount for breakers. It depends on what kind of, if you get the top of the line square D home line. Home line is not the top line. You get the Q series, a little bit more expensive. But all right, guys. I made a mistake. I can fix it, but how did that turn out? I think that turned out pretty good. Got that rapid shutdown switch, got my GFCI outside. I've got a lot to do on this back wall here on the outside. I've got to put in my camper, 30 amp, 50 amp, and GFCI breaker receptacle out there. I've got to put my generator connection. Of course, I got to get my charge inverter in here. I got to get my DC conduit with all the DC welding cables, battery cables. Lots to do. So if you like today's video, give it a big old thumbs up. Like, share, and subscribe. It's always 100% free. Hit that notification bell. Be notified anytime I got a new video coming out. And as always, guys, I love every single one of you. Until next time, hope everyone has a blessed day and go Ridge Life. Woo!